Hi everyone, welcome to practice. So for today's class, we're going to start seated. I'm sitting in Virasana on a block. Feel free to start in this shape on at least one block. You can also stack 2 blocks on top of each other. If this shape just does not feel good for your knees, then do a cross-legged seat, crossing at the shins or the ankles. So take a moment to settle in. Find a nice tall spine. Draw your shoulders down and back, and you might just turn your palms up and rest one hand on top of the other in your lap so the fronts of the shoulders can start to draw back. And then keep that lift in your chest. Lower the chin a little bit. Let your eyes soften or close, and let's take a moment just to settle into a little stillness before we invite the movement back in. We spend so much of our day in constant movement, and it might not seem like that, especially if you drive a lot or sit for your day job, but most likely your mind is moving a lot. And sometimes all that movement can cause us to feel a little scattered, a little disconnected from our bodies. It can cause us to feel overwhelmed, stressed, a little anxious feelings. So take a moment just to ground into your seat. Feel your sitting bones root down. Feel your feet on the ground, connecting with your lower body. And with your exhales, imagine your sitting bones plugging into whatever you're sitting on, getting a little more rooted. With your inhales, find a little more length in your spine. Use your exhales to press down. And your inhales to lift up. Keep this lift in your chest. Bring your hands together in front of your heart. Invite a slow, deep breath in through your nose. Open your mouth, clear it out. And if you'd like to set a little intention for your practice today, go ahead and do so. Oftentimes we only set intentions at the start of a new year, but I invite you to do a little check-in now. What does your body need? What does your mind, your spirit need to feel a little more balanced? Maybe your intention is to slow down, to rest, to take care of yourself. Maybe your intention is to try something that you're a little afraid of. So whatever it is, set your intention if you'd like to. And then with your next breath in, let your eyes softly flutter open. Rest your hands into your lap. And as you inhale, reach your right arm to the sky. Bend your elbow, exhale, grab the left side of your head. Drop your right ear to your right shoulder. And then bring your left arm out to the side, chin your palm forwards. And you can play with just moving that left arm back a little bit, which might deepen the stretch, it might not. So feel free to explore a little movement. Bringing the left arm closer into your side or moving it further out. And wherever you feel the most sensation, stay for a deep breath in. Stay for a deep breath out. One more inhale. And then exhale, gently start to release. Bring your head back upright. Rest your hands in your lap. And inhale, reach your left arm to the sky. Bend at your elbow, exhale, grab the right side of your head. Drop your left ear to your left shoulder. Bring the right arm out to the side, palm forwards. And start with a little movement, bringing the right arm closer into your side, moving it further away, moving it back, moving it forwards. And wherever you feel the most sensation, you'll find stillness for a full breath in and a full breath out. Stay for an inhale. And then exhale, you'll gently release very slowly. Come back towards center. Good enough. From here, just kind of look side to side a couple of times. So just getting into the neck. Right, and then come back towards center. You'll come off whatever you're sitting on. Move that block or whatever you're sitting on to the side. Come through a tabletop, bring your big toes to touch, separate your knees just to about shoulder width apart, so not too wide. Shift your hips back towards your heels. Crawl your arms as far forward as you can, and then tense your fingertips and relax your head between the upper arms. And your head is probably not on the ground. It's just kind of hanging through your arms, but do relax it. Push into your fingertips. Imagine moving the ground forwards and feel your hips shift back. Push down into your fingertips. Feel your forearms start to lift away from the floor. And that's going to start to activate your forearms, your triceps, your biceps a bit. And breathe into your back body as you inhale. Stay as you exhale. And then walk your hands closer and roll up so you're sitting back on your heels. Come to a kneeling position on your shins. Lift the hips, bring your hands to your hips. Knees are about hip bone apart. As you inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, interlace your fingers behind your head. Elbows out to the sides. Imagine your front ribs moving in towards each other. Keep your gaze steady and very slowly step your right foot forwards. Come into a low lunge with your knee over your ankle. Lengthen your tailbone down towards your back heel and lift your pubic bone up towards the navel. And then keep that. Maybe walk your right foot forwards a little more, like an inch, and then bend your front knee. As you inhale, lift the center of your chest up towards the ceiling. As you exhale, lean your heart back a little bit. Do that again, heart up as you breathe in. Don't be afraid to go a little further back as you breathe out. The gaze might start to lift. And then inhale, start to reach your arms to the sky, palms facing each other. Reach up as high as you can. Ground through the front heel, lift the right hip up and off your thigh. Heart higher, arms higher, maybe look up. Last breath here. Exhale, slowly lower your hands down, frame your front foot. Bring your right hand behind your head and then twist to the right as you breathe in. Try to aim your right elbow up towards the ceiling. As you exhale, tap your right elbow towards your left arm. Do that again, twist to the right, inhale. Exhale, tap elbow towards the left arm. Inhale, twist to the right and hold. Try to aim your elbow up. Roll the left shoulder back. Turn more of your torso, the front of your torso, toward the right. And then with your next inhale, reach your right arm to the sky. Exhale, place your right hand down. Now tuck your back toes, straighten your back leg, and you might grab your blocks here if you use them for pyramid pose. Keep your feet as they are, straighten your front leg, modified pyramid pose. Let's pulse that. Inhale, bend your front knee, runner's lunge. Exhale, straighten the leg. One more time, inhale to bend. Exhale to straighten, and then stay folded over your front thigh. The more you fold in towards your front thigh, the deeper stretch you'll get. Squeeze your right hip back and spin your left outer hip forwards. Full breath in, full breath out. Bend your front knee, inhale. Step your left foot forwards, exhale, fold over your legs, feet about hip bone apart. Bend your knees, let your head drop towards the earth. Bring your attention into the backs of your legs. Ground through your heels, keep a little bend in your knees. Use your legs to roll yourself up vertebrae by vertebrae. Once your chin lifts, inhale, reach your arms out and up at the top. Cactus your elbows out to the side, exhale. Interlace fingers behind the low back, right thumb on top. Squeeze your elbows in, lift your chest, breathe in. Bend your knees, exhale, come through a chair pose. Stretch your knuckles back and up any amount. Press the shins back so more weight's in the heels and the hips. Try to lean your chest back a little bit so you're a little more upright and move your front ribs in. And then sit a little lower. A little lower, take an inhale. Exhale, fold, send your knuckles up and over any amount. Feel free to keep a bend in the knees. Relax the head, and if this is too strong for the shoulders, you keep your hands at your low back and pin the elbows in. Same shoulder position. One more breath in. Place your hands down, exhale. Now step your left leg back, and then your right to downward facing dog, hands shoulder width apart, feet about hip bone apart. Bend your knees and push your chest to your thighs. And then inhale, come forwards to a plank pose, breathe in. Bend your knees as you exhale, downward facing dog, hips up and back. Inhale, plank pose again. Bend your knees, exhale, hips up and back, down dog. Inhale, plank pose. This time, drop to your knees, exhale, point your toes. Lengthen your tailbone down towards your heels. Straighten your arms and then look just a little forwards, maybe at the top of your mat. Reach the chest forwards. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, lower for 3, for 2, and 1. Stretch your legs long and back. Tense your fingertips off to the side, off your mat. Elbows are about over the wrist. Inhale, lift your head, chest, shoulders. Exhale, dip your right shoulder and look to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale, dip your left shoulder and look right. Inhale, come through center to lift up. Lower down, exhale. Place your hands by your low ribs. Push up onto all fours. Big toes touch, knees are just about shoulder width apart. Keep your hands forward, child's pose, and then tense your fingertips. Your head is probably not on the ground, just kind of hanging between your upper arms. Use your fingertips to push the ground forwards and feel your hips shift back. Press down through your fingertips, feel your forearms start to lift. Breathe into the back body as you inhale. And then exhale, walk your hands in. Come to a kneeling position on your shins. Hands to your hips, knees about hip bone apart. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, interlace fingers behind the head, maybe opposite, thumb on top, whichever way feels funny. Elbows out wide, but not your ribs. Think of knitting them towards each other. Keep your gaze steady. Step your left foot forwards, low lunge. Get your knee over your ankle. Aim your tailbone down towards your back heel. Lift your frontal hip bones up. And then bend your front leg a little more. And if your knee is going past the ankle, just walk your left foot forwards a tiny bit. Frontal hip bones lift up. Chest lifts up as you breathe in. And then start to lean your heart back as you breathe out. So inhale, go up. Exhale, go back. Again, inhale up. Maybe a little further back, exhale, and now very slowly reach your arms to the sky, palms facing each other, reach as high as you can. Root down through your front heel and your back shin to lift up and out of your legs. Maybe look up as you breathe in. Hands down, exhale. Place the right hand under the right shoulder. Left hand behind your head. Twist to the left, inhale. Exhale, tap your left elbow towards the right arm. Inhale, twist to the left. Exhale, tap. One more time, inhale. Stay as you exhale. Try to aim your left elbow up towards the ceiling. Spin your top ribs back and note that bottom shoulder. Notice if it's kind of turning in, roll it back. And then reach your left arm to the sky as you breathe in. Bring your top hand down. Tuck your back toes, straighten your back leg. Feel free to grab your blocks, keep your feet as they are, and straighten your front leg. Inhale, bend your front knee. Let's do that 2 more times. Exhale, straighten and fold. Once more, inhale to bend. Exhale to draw your front leg straight and to fold in towards your front thigh. Squeeze the left hip back. Spin the right outer hip forwards and fold in a little more. Bend your front knee as you inhale. Step your right foot forwards, exhale. Fold over your legs. Bend your knees a good amount. Relax your head towards the earth. Bring all your awareness into your legs, the backs of your legs in particular, and then use your legs to roll you up vertebrae by vertebrae. Once your chin lifts, inhale, reach the arms up at the top. Cactus your elbows out to the side. Interlace fingers behind the low back, left thumb on top. Draw your knuckles down as you breathe in. Bend your knees, exhale, come through a chair pose. Press the shins back to the weights in the heels and the hips. Go down and back with the hips. Lean your chest back a little bit, and then a little bit of drawing the front ribs in, lengthening the tailbone down. Another inhale. Fold forwards, exhale, send your knuckles up and over, or you can, of course, keep hands at low back. Maybe a little bend in the knee. Full breath in. Hands to the mat, exhale. Step your right leg back, and then your left to a downward facing dog. Hands are shoulder width apart, feet about hip bone apart. Inhale, come forwards through a plank pose. Little bend in your knees back to down dog. Again, plank, reach the heart forwards, look a little forwards. Bend the knees, down dog. Inhale, forwards, plank pose. This time, exhale, drop to your knees, point your toes. Aim your tailbone towards the backs of the knees. Straighten your arms. Look about at the top of your mat, heart forwards. Full breath in. Exhale, lower for 3, 2, and 1. Tense your fingertips off to the side, elbows about over the wrists. Inhale, lift head, chest, shoulders off the mat. Exhale, dip your left shoulder and look right. Inhale, come through center. Exhale, dip right shoulder, look left. Inhale, come through center, lift up. Exhale, lower down. Place your hands by your low ribs, push back, child's pose. Big toes touch. This time, any arm variation that feels nice for you. Give your shoulders a little break and support your forehead either on the ground, a block, or stacked hands. And take a couple of breaths here. Come back to that smooth and steady breath in and out of the nose. If you need a little exhale out of the mouth, feel free to take it. Sometimes that just feels nice and clearing. And really keep the breath slow and full. Take full inhalations and full exhalations. And breathing a little bit slower than you do in your day-to-day life. With your next breath in, walk your hands in, roll up so you're sitting back on your heels. And then tense your fingertips behind you. Find a lift in your chest, draw the shoulders back, press your shoulder blades into your chest and lift your heart higher as you inhale. Maybe look up, lengthen your tailbone down, exhale, hands to your knees or thighs, round your spine a little bit. And then come to a kneeling position on your shins with your knees about hip bone apart. Interlace your fingers behind your head. Allow the elbows to go out wide. So I have my knees about hip bone apart, big toes extended straight back, not turning in or out. And then lengthen your tailbone down towards the backs of your knees. Feel your pubic bone lift up towards the navel. And you'll also feel your front ribs move down and in. If you don't, really think front ribs in and down. And then as you inhale, lift your chest higher. And as you exhale, lean your heart back. So inhale, your shoulder blades press into your chest. And then exhale, you lean your heart back into your shoulder blades. Elbows are still out wide. Inhale, go up. You're supporting the head. Exhale, go back. Still try to lengthen the tailbone down. It's hard to do. The bigger a back bend you start to find, but work towards that. Elbows out, ribs in. Take one more breath here. And then lengthen the tailbone down, come back up towards center, and just rest your arms by your sides. Give them a little shrug back and down. Okay, so that's camel pose, Ustrasana, but we're not doing the arm variation today. We're doing hands behind the head. And what it's gonna force you to do is to really find the back bend in your upper back. Sometimes we go too far back and we just sit in our low back, which over time just isn't gonna feel nice for the low back, of course. This way you might not go as deep as you normally do, but it's gonna put you in a little more proper alignment, I find. Reach your arms up, breathe in. Let's do one more. Interlace fingers behind the head, maybe do the opposite thumb on top. Lengthen your tailbone down. Move your front ribs in and down, and you're gonna try to keep all those two actions throughout this whole back bend. It'll get harder as you progress, but try to feel it. Elbows out, and then inhale, chest up towards the ceiling. First, just go up, then exhale, lean your heart back. Support the head. Inhale, go up. Exhale, back. Lengthen your tailbone down. Move the front ribs in and down. Heart up, breathe in. Go back, exhale. Make the tailbone heavier. Elbows out wider. One more breath in, I'm shaking. And then tailbone down, front ribs in, sit back on your heels or even a block. And just very gently around the spine, tuck the chin into the chest. And then come back upright, swing your feet off to one side. And place your feet on the ground, closer to the top of your mat. Come onto your heels. Bring your hands behind your thighs. Round your spine, lean back until your arms are straight. Feel your ribs move back, breathe into your back body. You can even tuck the chin a little bit into the chest. Take an inhale. Now you're gonna start to let your hands slide up your thighs, round back, vertebrae by vertebrae. And then once your head comes down, hug your right knee into your chest and extend your left leg long on the mat. Draw your toes back towards your face. Press your left thigh down and hug the right knee in towards the right shoulder. Feel free to stay like this, or if you'd like, straighten the right leg up towards the ceiling. Your hands can just come behind the right thigh, and you can, of course, have a little bend in the knee. The more you push up through the heel and draw your right toes down towards your face, the more you'll start to open the back of the leg. And try to wrap your right outer hip down towards the left heel as you press your left thigh down. And take another inhale. As you exhale, you're going to bend your left knee, place your left foot on the ground. Bend your right knee, cross your right ankle past your left knee, and then bring your arms out wide to a T. Lift and lower your hips an inch off to the right. Try to keep the shape of your legs, drop them to the left. Try to bring the sole of your right foot to the ground. And then you can use your left hand if you want to kind of push your right knee forwards. Imagine you could aim the right knee up towards the ceiling, but keep pressing into the ball of the right foot. I even like to sometimes hold the left ankle or shin and then actively press the right knee forwards. And you can turn the gaze in whatever way feels best. Breathe into wherever you're feeling the sensation. Come back into your body, back into your breath. This present moment, as much as your mind wants to start to wander off elsewhere, just come back to the here and now. Being present with yourself, giving your body the gift of just being present with it. And then come back towards center, find the midline of your mat, uncross your legs. Draw your left knee into your chest and extend the right leg forwards. Press your right thigh down as you draw the left knee in towards the left shoulder. Feel free to stay here or straighten the left leg up towards the ceiling, hands behind the thigh. Draw your left toes down and push up through the heel. Press your right thigh down and wrap your left outer hip down and in towards the right heel. Slowly start to bend your right leg. Place the right foot on the ground. Bend your left knee, cross left ankle past the right knee. Bring your arms out wide to a T. Lift and lower your hips an inch to the left, and then try to keep the shape of your legs. Drop it to the right. Maybe the sole of the left foot can come to the ground. If you want to grab the ankle or shin with your right hand, do so. And then actively press your left knee forwards, and that's going to deepen the stretch in your left outer hip. Maybe the gaze goes to the left. And remember that your body is constantly putting an effort to keep this whole system functioning all day and night. So bring your awareness to your body. Let yourself connect with whatever is present. And sometimes we're connecting with things that feel really good, poses that feel nice, good stretches, and sometimes we're kind of connecting with things that don't feel so good, or we notice things in our body that don't feel great. And our yoga practice asks us not to judge it. It's not our place to judge it, but just to notice it, just to become aware with it, to breathe with it. It's kind of like this reminder to our bodies, like, hey, I'm working with you. I'm on your side. I'm not working against you. And with your next breath in, come back through center. Uncross your legs, find the midline of your mat and draw your knees into your chest. Give yourself a squeeze, maybe a final rock, side to side, massaging out the low back. Take a deep breath in through the nose. And then take an open mouth exhale and start to extend your legs long on the mat. Rest your arms out to the sides. Let your body take up as much space as you need to. Relax everywhere. Allow your eyes to soften and close. Move the bottom teeth away from the top. Relax the jaw. And then invite a slow, deep breath in, filling up your belly, the very bottom of your lungs with air. Open your mouth, exhale, let it go. And keep your attention on the feeling of your breath here. You to stay a few breaths longer if you can. Maybe just pause this video and stay connecting with your breath. If you're ready to come out, bend your knees, bring your feet to the ground. Roll to one side of your body. Take a moment just to pause there, feeling the effects of your practice settle in. And then use your hands to help yourself up. We'll meet in a comfortable seated position with the eyes closed or the gaze soft. As you inhale, bring your hands together in front of your heart. as you exhale, lower the chin to the chest. Surrender towards heart center, to the quiet that can be found within. Thank you so much for showing up and practicing with me today. I will see you soon. Om Shanti.